Hey YouTube, Robert Beauchesne here, professional musician for over 40 years, and I'm here to today talk about my rather controversial and unusual approach to set lists and song selection. Um, it's been my experience, having played for so long, both as a solo performer and in various bands and so forth, that the impulse typically for musicians who do cover songs is to begin with the question, well, what do people want to hear? What's popular? What are the crowd pleasers? We need some crowd pleasers in the set. And I'm here to talk about a completely different approach than that, because I think that sets up a number of problems. Number one, it there's nothing unique then about your entire product and your performance, other than perhaps you do it better or different than others. But it's the same music. A lot of these performers that do um, cover songs, they actually start with the idea of, well, let's make a list that of songs that people will enjoy, and they'll actually go out and create this list sometimes by looking at other lists of people in their local area, what they're playing. Oh, we're going to be a party band, let's go see what all the party bands are playing. And not that they're going to duplicate the list precisely, but that's where they start, is by kind of seeing what everyone else is doing. And yeah, they will actually pilfer a number of songs off their list because they've made some kind of decision that those are songs that are going to go over well or what have you. And the thing about it is, if you're not doing something unique, if you're doing kind of the same thing as everybody else, why are people coming to see you? Like, what sets you apart? What makes you different? Eh, And if the answer is nothing, then you can't really complain about the fact that you don't have a lot of people coming to see your shows. You don't have venues excited to book you, et cetera, because you are just another vanilla. You go to the ice cream aisle and there's 10 or 12 different vanillas. And yeah, they're all slightly different, but they're all vanilla. So, it's just not, that's one of the problems. The other thing is, it kind of kills your soul as a player to play a list that you've made the list with them in mind and not with you in mind. So inevitably, you're going to have a situation where either you as a solo performer, or as a complete band, or at least some people in the band, are going to be looking at their watch like during the gig. They're just going to be like, you know what, I'm here to get paid. I could play this stuff in my sleep. I'm really not into this. But I'm out, I'm having fun, quote unquote. It beats being at home. I get to play a little bit and I put a few bucks in my pocket. That's really sad. And don't kid yourself. Like, the audience can tell. People, even if they're not musicians, they can tell if you are kind of over it and you're just not into what you're doing. It's obvious when musicians are feeling it and when they're delivering something that they're invested in and that they love what they're doing. They're connecting with the other players, et cetera, et cetera. If they're up there kind of, checking their email while they're playing a song, I don't mean that literally, but you know what I'm saying. It's just not a compelling product. And that's going to happen if you're playing a set list that you are making for them and not for you. I'm not saying to do it exclusively for you, okay? But I will say that you know you can kind of do it just for you. And I I've been doing it this way for decades, playing what I want to play, and people can dig it or they cannot dig it. It's always gone well, I gotta say. It's always been um, uh, effective and successful for me, but it's gotten much more so in the last few years, I gotta say. And my theory is that there's just people are listening to a lot more variety because of Pandora and Spotify and all these kind of curated lists of songs that they pull in artists, and it's, individual songs from other, sometimes even other genres that they think you're going to like, and people like them. So they've gotten used to and accustomed to being in an environment where they're hearing music that's kind of related, but it's it's not it's not the same, 15 artists, so to speak. Um, so again, I've seen that happen in real time in me playing over the years, and I just think I've seen it be a lot more successful for me in the last, I'd say, 3 to 5 years than it was, even 10, 15 years ago. But even then, it was fine. So what you want to do, in my opinion, is you want to give them a curated list. Okay. You want to give them like you as and your musical tastes. It's for a couple of reasons. First of all, they're going to be kind of surprised and like delighted about the fact that they're hearing things that maybe they've either never heard before, or they've never heard someone play in a cover band, or in a restaurant or something like that if you're a solo person. And it really brings a smile to their face. You know, to see you play Last Dance with Mary Jane, or Tennessee Whiskey, or whatever it is, again, just like they saw three people play last weekend. This is not going to set you apart. It's not going to bring a smile to their face. They're going to zone right out. I don't care if you sing it better than the original. Okay, doesn't matter. They're over it. They hear it all the time. So leave that to everybody else. Like, there's plenty of people playing those set lists and playing those songs. Like, let them do it. Okay. You can set yourself apart by giving people an experience that is a reflection of your own musical tastes. And I'm just here to tell you, you're the musician, right? You're the one who supposedly has a kind of wide knowledge of music. You listen to a lot of music, you perform it, etc., etc. This is your world, okay? That's not their world. Everybody likes music. I get it. They have their music collections and all that, but they look to musicians to provide, an experience, some kind of musical product that takes them somewhere, if you will. And I'm not saying they're going to be sitting there watching your performance like they've paid, $200 for a ticket and they're going to watch every song. You're in the background. You're at the bar or whatever. You're in an environment where people are doing other things. But if the music is, again, something that is noticeable because it's a little different, but it's still familiar and kind of uh, you know in the realm of what they're used to hearing, they're going to really, really be into it. They're going to be really into what you're doing. And you can even bring them songs that you don't, or that they don't know very well. Okay, not a lot. I wouldn't go crazy with that, but I do some things in my set that are so deep cut that the fans of the band that I'm playing don't even know the song. I'm not saying it to brag. It's not, I don't pick it for that reason. I'm like, oh, let me stump these people. It's not musical trivia or something. I'm not doing that. But they can see that I love the song. Okay. That's the key part of everything I'm saying, is that when you play a set list that you're like giggling about, like, oh my god, I can't believe I get to play these tunes. Oh, wait till they hear this one. Oh my god, you think the first set was great? Like, when I'm on break, people will say, oh, I love it. It was so weird. You did this thing, and you did something, and they'll mention something that they like. I'll be like, well, wait till the next set. If you like that, I'll throw in a couple things in the next set that you'll really go crazy for. you know, that's not going to happen if they're like, "Oh, you played Tom Petty and I loved it." "Oh, really? You love Tom Petty? Oh, well, check out this Skinner tune I'm going to do." They're not. It's not going to happen. Okay. So anyway, that's my take. Start your set list with songs that you love. Okay, things that you've always wanted to play. It'll get you excited. It'll get you focused. You'll be giddy about playing the set list, that will become apparent to people who are watching. Okay. They will see your excitement and your investment into the set. Okay. If you're up there kind of mailing it in and watching the basketball game while you're playing, some Neil Young tune, no, that's not compelling. Okay. That's not compelling for the venue. That's not compelling for the audience. Yeah, everything's going to suffer if that's the way you go about it. So again, this is not typical. I get it. I've had this argument with musicians for 40 years. And some people are just never going to come off that idea of, I'm here for the crowd. I'm here for them. I do what they want. I play what they want. Da da da. They just can't get in their heads. They don't respect the audience enough, in my opinion. Okay. They think that the audience is incapable of going somewhere with them. Okay. I played in a party band a couple of years ago, and they were playing, Casey and the Sunshine Band and a bunch of kind of Bruno Mars, good stuff, but kind of vanilla, typical stuff. And I brought in a couple tunes that were kind of out of left field. And folks who had been coming to see them for years were like, "Oh, that was a breath of fresh air. That was so great." Da 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 da. Now, granted, they had been seeing the band play for several years, and the set list was kind of static. It didn't have a lot of new stuff all the time, so that it could be just because they were new at all. But these songs were not just simple variations on what they were already doing. They were kind of out of left field, but in the same vein. They were dance songs, people knew them, they were familiar, etc., but nobody played them, right? That's what you want to be doing. You want to be surprising people a little bit. Give them a little reason to turn around and go, "Did you just play that?" That's a good thing. That's a good response. Okay? So anyway, rambling at this point, but hope that helps some people out there if you're finding yourself just kind of, you know, despondent and going through the motions on your set. Um, or if you have that mindset where you're like, yeah, I'd love to play out and I'd love to be in a band and all that, but I don't want to play what everybody else is playing. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. I've been extremely busy playing. I've played 150 gigs a year for 20 years straight. You can get the gigs by doing it the way you want to do it. Take it easy.